Title: The Last Ride of Lina and Kalabaw. Chapter 1: The Girl and the Gentle Giant. In a small village nestled between emerald rice fields and coconut groves, 9-year-old Lina spent her days chasing dragonflies and wading in the shallow river. But her favorite place was the old wooden barn at the edge of their farm, where Kalabaw, the family's carabao, lived. Kalabaw wasn't just any carabao, he was Lina's best friend. His massive, mud-caked body carried the scars of years working the fields, but his dark, soulful eyes held a quiet wisdom. He had been there since before Lina was born, plowing the land that fed their family. But to Lina, he was more than a beast of burden. He was her protector, her confidant, and her favorite place to rest when the sun grew too hot. Every morning, Lina would sneak him an extra handful of sweet grass, giggling as his rough tongue tickled her palm. "Good morning, Kalabaw," she'd whisper, pressing her forehead against his. He would huff softly in response, as if he understood every word. Chapter 2: The Promise. One evening, as the sky burned orange and the cicadas hummed, Lina's father sighed heavily at the dinner table. "The harvest was bad this year," he told Lina's mother. "We might have to sell Kalabaw." Lina's spoon clattered against her bowl. "No, you can't!" Tears welled in her eyes. Her father's face was grim. "We have no choice, Anak. Without money, we can't buy seeds for next season." That night, Lina ran to the barn and threw her arms around Kalabaw's neck. "I won't let them take you," she sobbed into his warm, dusty hide. "I promise." Kalabaw nuzzled her gently, his breath steady and warm against her cheek. Chapter 3: The Plan. The next day, Lina hatched a plan. She would work harder than ever, helping neighbors, selling wildflowers in the market, doing anything to earn enough to keep Kalabaw. She woke before dawn, her small hands blistering as she carried buckets of water and gathered firewood. Kalabaw watched her with worried eyes, nudging her with his snout as if to say, "Rest, little one." But Lina refused. "I have to save you," she whispered. For weeks, she scraped together every peso she could, but it wasn't enough. Chapter 4: The Last Day. The buyer came on a quiet Sunday morning. A man with a truck and a cold smile counted coins into her father's palm. Lina screamed, clinging to Kalabaw's harness. "Please, please don't take him." Her father pried her away, his own eyes wet. "I'm sorry, Lina." Kalabaw turned his head, locking eyes with her one last time. Then, with a heavy sigh, he let the man lead him away. Lina collapsed in the dirt, her cries echoing across the empty fields. Chapter 5: The Return. Days turned to weeks. The house felt hollow without Kalabaw's familiar grunts, the barn too quiet. Then one rainy afternoon, a neighbor came running. "Lina, it's Kalabaw, he's back!" Lina's heart leapt. She sprinted through the downpour, mud splashing her legs. But when she reached the road, her joy turned to horror. Kalabaw lay on his side, his breathing labored. He had escaped, walked miles through storms and roads to come home. But the journey had broken him. Lina fell to her knees beside him, stroking his face. Kalabaw let out one last shuddering breath, and then he was still. Chapter 6: The Field of Memories. Lina buried him under their favorite mango tree, where they had rested so many afternoons together. Years later, when she was grown, she would visit that spot and whisper stories to the wind. And sometimes, if she listened closely, she could almost hear the soft huff of a carabaw's breath. Just one more time. The end.